Scratch.
Oh, I'm saying it's good that we talk. Once it starts, nobody's going to start talking. Watch.
I'm
all the good
about
stuff.
That bass. It's about that bass. No, Eloy. I'm all about that bass.
Hey, Rory, your shirt is
doing something weird.
What are you talking about?
It looks like you have old static on your shirt, like from an old school TV.
Oh, cool. It was on sale at Walmart. Awesome.
You have the UH. It's the color is UHF.
I need to go hit the side of the shirt to see if it fixes.
If you get a magnet too close, it just turns green and it's forever ruined. And reminding you of your mistakes.
What I hate about the show, Sarah, the most is that so Rory will say something about like Rory, or it could be anybody, but we're going to use Rory for an example. This is what I hate. The word hate, by the way, creates like shockwaves across the world because people take it in as but I hate that they'll mention something like his shirt and then he won't give an explanation. And that could apply for Bales or for...
He did.
No.
He said he got it at Walmart. He's going to smack the side of his shirt.
No. Okay, well, yeah, he said
Eloy
that.
Doesn't think we have Walmart out here.
No, that's not... Well, that's probably true. But what I'm trying to say is that Rory did not explain how the heck that shirt is doing the US... What is it? The UVH... The what? The UC...
It's the USB.
The USB
UHF
colors. Why is it doing that? That's what he didn't explain, and that's actually the most. It doesn't matter he got it from Walmart or from frickin' Target. What matters is how does it do that?
I don't know, Eloy. It does this every now and then.
See, he always does that, Sarah.
I got nothing.
You should see the characters on it just to see how
I'll stand up.
Yeah, they're a knockoff. They look a little different.
No, something's going on.
Is that the big dong dingle turtle? What?
Did you say the big dong?
Donatello.
There we go.
My eyes are up here. Thank you. My chroma key is on accident.
Oh,
go.
dude.
That makes more sense.
I kind of like this look.
I do, but I like that better.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I like it better too.
Makes
I
you
feel
look
like
fuzzy
I'm
and soft.
Max Headroom, but reverse.
I just wish it would work on your face.
Oh, I could probably figure that out. Give me a second.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I got this.
I kind of feel a little bit bad that I shouted that I dissed Rory and when I was trying to diss. Well, he wasn't even here, so Rory doesn't, and neither was the audience. But Bales always frickin' tells me what to do.
I was
Does he now?
just looking out for you, making sure you're on your good mic that makes you sound like, a late night romance radio host.
Yeah, right. I told Bales that he could just place your earphones and low rumble bass.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I wore my headphones like a banana hammock for that one.
Oh shit. Oh, we can say that one.
Yeah, you can say shit.
Yeah, am I allowed to cuss? What are my cussing limits on
We
here?
can say that word.
What word?
Can't say the F word.
Frolic.
Oops.
We strive not to. I mean,
Flapjacks.
Fart.
if it happens,
Phalanges.
falafel.
Oh, falafel is so good.
It is. I've been dying for falafel.
There's so many foods I can't eat still, and it's very upsetting.
I just can't get falafel because of my proximity to not places that serve falafel.
For living in the middle of
Yeah,
Amish land.
it's not. There's not Amish people here. I don't live near. It's not that part of Pennsylvania. But I don't,
love falafel.
Yeah, I just don't live in the falafel belt.
But I love falafel with its accompanying little things like that pureed hummus or hummus.
Hummus. Did you know that you can make like the same consistency as egg whites from the beans that make fava beans?
No.
Chickpeas.
Yeah.
You can take, it's called aquafaba, and it's the liquid from chickpeas, and you can use it in substitute of egg whites to make meringue.
Oh wow.
Now you know.
And how do you make hummus? Like the mixture?
Tahini and chickpeas.
Yeah. A little garlic, salt, and pepper.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
wow.
little olive oil, and then you just put your face right in it and just.
It's so good. Does Rory have his local what Middle Eastern falafel and burger joint anywhere near in Colorado?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Colorado's a pretty freaking advanced state of
I'm
decline.
I'm sure in Denver you can go get yourself falafel.
Yeah, Denver's got to have everything and then some.
Got to go to the big city.
Yeah, there's probably some 4-block little square.
See, you gotta watch. You gotta watch with falafel though, because a lot of times other ethnicities will throw that on their menu. Like if it's like a legit Greek spot, they'll be like, "Well, we've got all the ingredients here past the falafel. They buy the pre-made ones, and then it's never as good."
I don't know why have you ever tried the baklava cake?
Baklava?
Baklava?
I'm just gonna give Eloy a list of words one day, and I just want him to say them.
Yes,
Try to figure it out.
it's delicious.
Oh my goodness, it's delicious. I could swim in that stuff, dude.
That might be kind of hard.
Oh my goodness, I know, but it's got those little layers that when you bite in, they break away in layers and they just continually start to like dance in the palate. Oh my goodness, man.
It's called phyllo dough.
Ever seen how they traditionally make that? It's crazy.
Yeah, it takes forever.
It's like on a huge table, like that's just gigantic, and they spread it out in these paper-thin sheets. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we had a joint over here down the street because we have a university that's just blowing up, and it was so freaking awesome. I'd walk in, and people would have the hookahs on little tables, and you'd have college kids, smoking on the little hookahs and drinking wine, and then you just walk up and they have like the little pastry, like display. And I didn't know but little by little, as I kept going, because they addict you to it. They'll give you more, and then they start decreasing the quantities as you keep going. But oh my goodness, what an awesome! They closed it down though. I guess I don't know what happened. Now there's just like the Subways, which sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
$5 footlongs.
Not food.
yeah.
I still can't eat sandwiches.
No.
I can eat a sandwich if I like cut it up into teeny tiny pieces and kind of dissect it like a child. That's about it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Can you eat Lunchables?
No, because the crackers. That'd mess me up.
What about those peanut butter and jelly ones?
They make peanut butter and jelly Lunchables?
The Crustables, Uncrustables.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I could eat those.
Those are delicious.
Can we ask what happened?
Yeah, I had massive jaw surgery in January 2nd. They basically cut my bottom jaw off and wired my mouth shut.
Wow.
So the bottom of my jaw, they cut basically the bottom part off. They lowered the back bit, like where your joint is. They lowered it down a few millimeters, and then they wired my jaw shut to give my joint more room because I have really bad TMJ. So I'm still recovering, and it's April the 4th.
Wow.
Yeah. It sucked.
Yeah, but wow, good job. Holy crap.
That's crazy that you live to tell the tale.
They seeing the x-rays was crazy because they do this like weird panoramic x-ray of your face. Basically like they cut it and they flatten it out. So it's like a flattened version of your skull. And the before and after, like you see the before and then the after where my mouth was wired shut. It's just it looks like a car wreck in my mouth. Like it was insane. Like looking back, it really wasn't that bad because I'm the kind of human that I can eat one thing for like 6 months and I'm fine. Like it doesn't bother me. So I've just been eating actually a lot of hummus.
Really?
Yeah.
They have different, you know that by now probably, a little different tastes.
I gotta stick with plain because if it had anything in it, I couldn't chew it.
No.
So yeah, and drinking through a straw is awful. Eating through a straw is the worst thing ever.
Soups and all that, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Should have snorted all your food.
So to go a little further back, was there like what was the problem? Was there pain? Was it something uncomfortable?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I had basically I was getting to the point where in the mornings my mouth would be locked closed.
Oh wow.
And I couldn't open my mouth. Like I would have to like manipulate the joint for it to pop open. And I couldn't chew properly. Like I can't chew now, but I really couldn't chew then. And I was having issues speaking and like constant headaches, and it was just getting worse and worse. So I tried all the other things leading up to this, and surgery is like the most extreme. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna chop your face up." I was like, "Okay." Yeah.
Did you ever set up a nanny cam to see what was happening to you during the night?
No.
A nanny cam.
I was
Mind my
grinding.
potato on the shelf, sir.
No, I didn't. I do remember like cussing a lot. Well, trying to cuss a lot when I woke up from surgery. And I had like I couldn't talk because my mouth was wired shut and it was all swollen. Like so, I had my phone. I had like downloaded a little app to speak for me on my phone, and it was just expletives, like tons of just cuss words.
I think Eloy's going to agree with me when I go on this little conspiracy and say it was probably an incubus that did this to you.
An incubus, like the band?
No, like the male version of the succubus.
I didn't know that's what it's called. That is what it was called. Yeah.
I didn't know that succubus existed.
I like you. I like you.
I mean, I didn't know that whole sort of what, Rory?
He's trying to lure you in like a succubus.
It's working.
I like Eloy.
Well, with that shiny like 1980s freaking after 12 o'clock midnight shirt.
Oh, you know what it looks like? You remember those Oakley jackets that were kind of like iridescent looking?
It's Typer color.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. From like 1992.
Yeah.
See, I told you, Sarah. It would become quite silent.
No, I'm just trying to think. Like
I told you, Sarah, 17 minutes later, it would be very silent.
Ugh. Well, I mean, there's always lots of things to talk about, but there's no great way to transition into it unless I just like.
We don't have to fill all the silences.
No, I know.
and that's not on you to you don't have to force it. My complaint mainly is Bales just said succubus or incubus and stuff and this and that, and so but he doesn't continue on, like he gives us a hit and then he just lets it like
like why would an incubus?
She said she would always wake up and her mouth would be all screwed up. So obviously something happened overnight to make her jaw sore.
A video that's floating around the internet of this woman who says she was possessed by a sexual demon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But this guy was snaking your oral drain all night, basically.
That would seem like well, I guess if my mouth was closed.
You wouldn't know you were sleeping.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's just terrible.
Yeah.
It's either that or your husband, so we should probably go with incubus.
Maybe a year ago, talking about this incubus and succubus. I didn't know about that until Bales mentioned it, but Ryan Bitters,
God, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Remember him?
He talked on one of the podcasts that he would have sleep paralysis.
Oh.
And I think that the incubus and succubus thing in Legend or something, I think there's a connection there. I don't know. But that happened to me a couple of times when I was growing up, where you'd wake up, but you can't frickin' move. You have to force yourself and you're like, wait a second, I am awake. And you're forcing your torso up. You know you're in the bed. You can't, your body's completely, and then boom, you snap out of it. You're like,
but are you dreaming?
No,
how do you know if you're not dreaming?
No, see, well, that's the thing. But see, that's the thing. It could be, but honestly, it's a very, very frightening thing to be awake and not to be able to sort of just move or even open your eyes. It's like you're in such a deep well and your body is not allowing. So he mentioned that, and I said, oh, yeah, well, that happened to me as well one time. Has that ever happened to any of you guys? Wait for the nose.
Nope. Did you wake up with a sore throat?
How did your
but my butt hurt a lot.
how did your ears feel?
My ears?
Yeah.
They were flush red, and I had my pulse was elevated, and I was flustered. But yeah.
Because once you go incubus, you go deaf. No, that didn't work. Never mind. I tried. For a bad joke.
No, that's never happened to me. The sleep paralysis. I've heard of the incubus and the succubuses and stuff like that, but I had never experienced.
Why don't they just stick to their own kind? You know, a succubus finds an incubus. They could do it together, and they don't have to bother.
Nah, who wants that? The only reason I know what a succubus is it's in one of the video games I play.
That's scary stuff.
What, video games?
No, the whole succubus and incubus thing. I mean, it's but I don't want to say I don't believe it, but I kind of I don't believe it. Contrary to all the conspiracy theories and this and that, at the end of the day, like Rory, we had questioned me about that one time and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's enjoyable to explore and see, oh, well, what's this and this and that. But if one has not experiences, then it's like, why should one bother?
So if you don't have an experience, then it doesn't exist, or you shouldn't believe in it?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't go gun ho. You know what I'm saying? Or you should be open to the possibility that. How could I put this? If it's not something that's so common, or that you have experienced, you shouldn't just go full hearted. Like, I'm not flat Earth or all these things. I find them like the space thing and aliens, and I find them interesting. But it's not like you get consumed by it, like these guys want to make me out to be. But I enjoy the exploration and stuff. Yeah, I think that's some people will, if you speak out on a hey guys, by the way, did you know that the moon landing could have been a hoax or this or that? All of a sudden you get labeled with you are a believer in that. No, it could be that you're not a believer, but you saw it and you found it compelling, interesting. You could find it stupid, and you want to explore. I mean, I think that's normal to I think it's normal to do. And watch
about anal.
We can what?
I heard watch a lot of anal. Speaking of anal, I have a great game to play. No, it's like, I swear this is good. So if you're on a road trip, specifically, or if you're going camping, take and put the word anal in front of the camper's name. So you have anal airstream or anal cougar or all these random names. Like I saw one. It was the pouncer or something. So it was anal pouncer. Yeah.
Like punch buggy, but with anal.
Anal Winnebago.
Anal Winnebago. Yeah, exactly. Anal adventurer.
Anal pop up.
It's got to be the name of it. I mean, you could do that.
Oh.
Anal teardrop.
Anal caravan.
Anal double wide.
So to be fair, you could put anal in front of anything, and it's funny. But
so if you had
you said but, yeah.
If you had a trailer towing a trailer, we could have double anal.
Yeah, it's true.
Need your anal fifth wheel.
My anal jacks.
Anal coachman.
We need to check the anal tongue of the trailer.
Anal quick stop or anal quick stop. Like the little groceries.
Come on, that's entirely different.
What?
Anal 7-Eleven? What? Where did that come from?
I know I'm going out on a limb here, but I think it's within the realm of this conversation. Maybe not.
A gas station is not a camper.
You're on the road and you need to fill up. Okay, anal gas. Fill up. You're on the road.
Anal gas.
It's the mama of all anals, the gas station. It's where little anals are born and they go to be free on the highway.
That's just a horrible game.
I'm confused at this point.
I spent a lot of time alone. Don't judge me.
When she first said campers, I thought she meant the people that were camping. So I was like, well, this is stupid. Anal Jeff, anal George. Well, this isn't fun.
Now I'm gonna put it in front of the camper name because they have really stupid names.
Yeah, I get it now. Yeah.
Damn anal Jeff.
So the other day, Rory went on a terrible, terrible rant of epic proportions, and it came out on one of our previous. Was it the last one or the previous one?
It was the last one because I listened to that one today.
Yeah, previous to this.
And we were talking about all these things, social media and whatnot. And today I saw something within the not closely attached, but within the complaint from another YouTuber. And I've mentioned him before. His name is Beato, something Beato. Boy, I forget the name now, but he's a musician, producer, and all that. And he does sort of like what makes this song great. And he'll pull out like the chord structures of different songs.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Oh, you've seen him then, yeah?
Yeah, sometimes he has the actual stems from the recording so he can solo out the different parts.
Yeah. He'll do interviews. It's a really nice the way he does it, and he'll do it from his studios most of the time, and so he mixes records, and like he's like in that game. But today he's in England, and he busted out with a live, and he kind of went on a rant, not closely related to the Rory thing, but just social media as a topic. And he says that every time he does these things, he gets sort of ostracized from YouTube. They'll what do you call it? A strike. They'll do a strike on his channel.
Like a copyright strike?
Yeah, and he went on a rant with about the Eagles, about all these bands, and I mean, I think it's well worth watching that thing as if you're interested in the music angle of it. But it goes to the issue of how much can you share as a sort of derivative of things that are out there. You know, can you actually play a chord and this and that? These big bands, they ban people from having their music even broken down and this and that. And what level is it okay? And what level is it pure theft and all these things? So all those issues came up, and I just found it interesting. Not to do with what we were mentioning last time, but it's also a point of contention for YouTubers, copyright strikes and whatnot. How do you guys feel about that?
It probably takes a big chunk out of his revenue because that guy has 760,000 subs.
He says he can't. He says he doesn't make much. And he showed a list of the strikes on his email, and it just kept going down and down and down and down. And all he does is break down the songs. And frankly, it's like an advertisement for the bands for kids nowadays that might not know these bands. Mm-hmm. And that are probably starting musicians or whatever. And these big name bands and their legal teams and this and that, they strike everything down on. So that's another. So for on the musician side, the maker side, we just pop in a track on top below our thing. But you could do it from the YouTube library. But for musicians, they could do their own songs, of course. But this guy is breaking down the subject of music making and song making, and he is using these bands, but he's breaking it down, explaining about it, the history, and he's doing it from a place of like he loves these bands, and they just go and frickin' machete his ass down, dude. So, I mean,
it's just not the right platform for it. I mean, like YouTube, that would be something if he's doing it from an educational standpoint and from a historical standpoint. Then YouTube is not his forte. He needs to go somewhere else where it's more of a learning environment that could, because they're so stringent on those kind of things, you know. Right. And yes, so, you know, if I need to learn something, I'm like, how do I do this on YouTube? You know, but when it comes to those kind of things, like that's something that you'd have to take somewhere else.
Okay, and so as an extension of that, how do you feel about that with because I think I think it is, like you said, very difficult because, I mean, they'll strike your ass down, and they do all the time. So as an extension of that, how about other mediums, particularly what you do?
Did you... Everything that Rory hates.
Why would you say that?
Well, because like 90% of my job is managing social media. You know, I work for several companies, and that's what I do for them.
We have just Sarah. We had just created. So look, Rory has been sitting silent, listening, and we've created a whole, like, we've mentioned his name and we attached like things that he believed without him even giving, the authority. That's how it works in social media.
And too. It doesn't necessarily, he doesn't hate it. He can speak for himself. He's sitting right there. But yeah, I heard the other podcast, it was I heard the whole argument about it. So
yeah, we're gonna try not to let him retort. No, I'm kidding.
It's fine. Like,
my question is that, so what you do, yes, like for work, and then
creatively,
yes, and like, let's say you have that Boba Fett behind you and things that are similar. How much? I mean, one expresses, one does alterations to things. There's things in popular culture. You have people like frickin' Andy Warhol that would plaster, frickin' Campbell soup cans, Elvis, Madonna, not Madonna. What's her name? Well, he did Madonna, Marilyn Monroe, and James Dean, and they're taking all these things and creating. I mean, how does that?
There's a really, really weird gray, thin hairline line with a lot of that stuff. Like in the, because I started out basically, I didn't start out, but I guess started, whatever, in the prop and costume world. And it's so weird because you see this thing happening and you watch it from a mile away. You see this person, I'll just use Boba Fett because he's behind me. They create.
See, Eloy, Boba. He's a bounty hunter. He doesn't work on a shrimp boat. It's not Bubba Fett. It's Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Freaking guy. Okay, go ahead.
So you have this person that created a Boba Fett helmet, and they maybe altered it a little bit. Like I have one up there that I altered. I made my own. You can't see it. It's off screen. But, I made my own, and they put it up for sale. And no, it's not right to do that because technically a creator made that Boba Fett helmet originally for Star Wars. That's their creation. It's owned by, Lucasfilms, etc., blah, blah, blah. But somebody created it for their own, so they're trying to resell it. And here's where it gets really stupid and weird, and I hate it, is that you have people that will rip off that recreation, and all of a sudden, the artist is freaking out. Like, you stole my stuff, No, like, your stuff actually belongs to Lucasfilms, and you're creating it and making minor tweaks and doing whatever, and reselling it as something else. It's a really weird, strange area. But as for like me personally with my stuff, like right now I'm fighting a bunch of companies that have stolen my designs and they're selling them, overseas, and there's not much I can do about it. But I don't know. I had one person one time get mad at me because they said I stole their character's pose. Ooh. A pose. Like, I am usually extremely nice when it comes to my artwork. I'm really, somebody talks to me about it or, says something. I've never run into anything where they've like, you're stolen my artwork, because my stuff is weird and nobody's does that as far as I know. And I was like, look, and just like, Bill said last week, or somebody said last week, everything has already been created. At some point,
Doc.
It's some form. Oh, yes, Doc. Okay. At some form, everything's already been done. And to say that you've stolen somebody's pose is bullshit. Like, that's stupid.
I am totally okay. So I'll just ask you this then, just so you could double down or give us some sort of secondary sort of sideline sort of idea of what you think. Taking someone like Bales, drumming or drummers or musicians, chord structures. I know it's not your field, but there's only so much chords, musical notes that one can play with and arrange. And people have gone through the years and decades to even create electronic sort of like corruptions of notes in order to make it sound. But at the end of the day, all the layering and all the little sounds and wind sounds and anything you do, at the end of the day, as far as humans and this world that we live in, there's a set number of notes that one can do. And I feel it's unreasonable that, I know it's in the arrangement, but I feel it's unreasonable. And that's just music. Even drawing and art, the great people like, Van Gogh, everybody. They didn't just, well, Van Gogh started just playing around, but ideas are blended into a blender in your mind, in your art, and you have things from everybody. I think that that's true, but what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that there's only so many colors that, you know, you can have, and it's just a combination of things. Same with music. Like I'm not musically inclined, period, so I don't know, but I'm going to assume it's a combination of things. That's how kind of, you know, patterns work, as a specific combination of things. You know, it's not necessarily a drawer with a pulley. It's a drawer with a round pulley and square, like it's these very specific things that are pinpointed down. And there's always somebody that's going to rip something off or vary something just enough to get away with it. I mean, you're always going to have that kind of thing. But no, I mean, I think that's fair to say, but you can be creative and not jack somebody's stuff. Okay.
All right. Fair enough. So did you hear what Rory said the other day?
I heard everything. If you're talking about the podcast, he's got himself muted, so.
Sorry, Rory. We keep injecting your. See, that's how that works, dude.
Totally lost me, Eloy. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either.
No, I just brought that up because we were referring to your name and using it.
That's how names are used.
Yeah.
If you're trying to make a point, Eloy, you're going to need to be very direct with me right now.
Okay. What I did there in sort of podcast world, I just left it open so that you could say whatever your heart desires.
We lost Doc.
Guys are going down.
I don't. Okay, what are you talking about, Eloy?
Getting off the road into the weeds here, kids. Slowly getting into
So it's so when one is having a conversation, and you could say anything. You could say things that don't match, and you guys often do, and I do too.
No,
literally. Well, yeah. So I stopped in order and mentioned Rory as a way to bring him in because he always has something to say and this and that. So shine the light on Rory. Say something.
You guys were having a great conversation. I was listening.
Okay, that failed terribly.
We're here to talk.
I'm not sure what Eloy is trying to coax out of the situation. I'm kind of lost.
I don't know either.
I left okay, imagine a stage.
He arrives late to these fun podcasts. I don't know what he's doing before. There's like sometimes he shows up and he's like his shirt is off and he's singing to us, and other times he's very formal, Mr. Nice.
Am I being nice or evil today?
I can't tell. Your beard is back and I just can't read you now.
I am benign as can be as far as conflicts that are sort of evil motivated. I am just about opening up conversation to see what people think and their thoughts and ideas, and then have sort of like little back and forths with that. So, that's all I was doing. I didn't mean to attack you, Rory. I am sorry.
Eloy is starting shit is what's happening.
Yeah, he was just like my oldest son. Just because, this happened and he did this. It's like, I don't really care about that. Yeah, but I thought you might want to know that he did that. So just in case, maybe later you can find out that.
Are we on the podcast with Adam Sandler's?
Sandlers? How many are there?
Multiple Sandlers.
I've got dip in my mouth, and sometimes certain letters roll.
Tell him hello.
Hey,
Hi,
hey, Dip. Dip, the guys say hello.
We would appreciate if you dipped at a different
Keep
time.
her dip at a private stance situation.
There's nothing wrong with rolling the S's and the R's. Well, do you roll the S's? You hiss the S's and you roll the R's. There's nothing wrong with an extra little roll or an extra little S. Come on.
Bounty hunting, bounty fishing, bounty hiking, bounty sleeping.
Bounty stew, bounty soup, bounty salad, bounty souffle.
Is everybody stoned and I'm like the only straight guy?
Bubba Fit. I'm gonna open the restaurant. It's gonna be for bounty hunters.
Mandalorian stew. Mandalorian.
You could say Baba or Boba.
Boba.
Depending on regional, you could say Baba.
Well, regions of what? Space?
Or Boba. Or Bobo.
Yeah. Are you gonna kick
Bobo?
Are you gonna
Bobo
kick
Fett? Is that his like?
Bobo? the clown on the Bobo Fett.
I will not be.
It's gonna be my clown name.
Baloo Fett from the Jungle Book.
I will not be party to this just breakdown of like just into the silliness that is just endless. I will not be a party to it.
Bobo Fett. Homie, don't play that.
Bobo
Fett.
Oh my goodness. I'm still stuck on Bobo Fett. I can't get that in my head.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So Eloy, Sarah was saying that she has enough clothing that she can go without doing laundry for a month. And I figured you could probably give her a run for her money because she really didn't specify how many times she wears each item.
Well, it's like I'm Mr. Rogers when it comes to clothes because I have my pajamas and then I have my lounging clothes and I have my like office clothes and I have my going out clothes.
You have a different outfit for every room.
Pretty much. Like in my office clothes. They're one step up from pajamas. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, I'm with Sarah. I have a select few rock shirts, maker shirts, and I wear jeans or boxers. I won't tell you which one.
Or never at the same time.
I won't tell you which ones I'm wearing right now.
He didn't say a combination of the three. He just said one or the other.
Today I'm wearing the Rock t-shirt.
That would be a horrible way to go to Walmart.
Like just the Loch Ness monster's peeking out from
right
underneath there.
Loch Ness monster. Jesus.
I mean, never mind. That's getting to a weird place, and I don't think I even want to go.
We appreciate that.
You're welcome. I did that just for Doc.
I appreciate that.
I try not to take it to the super weird places. The dark places of the earth.
Yeah, they're there. we can't figure out the medium lit places. I don't think we need to go into the dark ones.
Eloy,
there's medium places?
Would you rather kiss a rabbit between the ears or an elephant on the trunk?
You know what?
Wait. Is this a trick question? That sounds way too...
I feel it is. Yeah, because there's the whole like kiss the bunny thing, and you pull your pockets out.
If I thought about it in an innocent
wait, Eloy, really think about this.
If I thought about it
Eloy, we're talking about elephants. Have you seen an elephant?
Yeah, I've been up close to an elephant. Yeah,
their tails are so disgusting looking.
Were they in the Everglades? Did you
no
tours?
No, I think it was at the circus and at a zoo, an animal, sort of what do you call those places? Like a little sanctuary type place.
A butcher.
Walmarts are weird there.
I would probably kiss the bunny between the ears as opposed to the elephant on the trunk because the skin is kind of...
Eloy, do you have to do it when they're running?
Well, you have to ask Bales that one, dude. If
are they running, are they in a stationary?
Do you know that elephants kill more people than frickin' sharks do each year? We're talking like 400 and something plus a year, as opposed to sharks that do like 6 to 10 to 15 kills a year. Lions and things like of that nature, hippos.
How do you know?
Because
do they have like a big this many days since the last elephant accident sticking out in the Sahara?
It's a statistic, and
I need large game insurance plan. This is ridiculous. This is out of control.
Well, I mean, but what if you're just like a guy in the water by himself and you get eaten like a shark? I'm sure you don't report the findings. The shark doesn't call and be like, "Hey, man, I know you guys are trying to keep some data, so I ate a guy." So if you guys want to put that,
that was my brother. Yeah, that wasn't me, man.
I mean, not me. This dude I know ate this guy.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
want to make sure you have your numbers right.
Yeah, I don't want any flawed statistics.
Well, it's an overall average, but whatever. Elephants are quite dangerous compared to bunnies, so I would probably lay a wet one on between the ears of that bunny. You're all about the elephant one though.
Bales just went.
Mm-hmm.
I dig into that bunny head.
Now it turns into Sling Blade.
Oh no!
It's a chocolate bunny for Easter.
No, Sarah was right. It's an old joke where you pull your pockets out.
You say kiss the bunny.
Oh, so you don't win in this one, do you?
Nope.
No.
No,
Either way,
he might win. You're not.
Oh yeah. It doesn't matter which one you pick. You're smooching the ween.
I agree. I agreed to kissing a bunny between the ears.
Smooching the ween sounds like some sort of either surfing move or wrestling move.
Sounds like the name of a cheesy morning drive show on the radio. Now we're back with Smooching the Ween.
Will he smooch the weenie?
And that's not very sanitary too, so
I'll watch it.
It's even shaved.
Just trim it back.
Clorox
So
white.
it doesn't look like a mushroom popping out of the bushes.
Clorox white.
So bad. Why?
So lemon fresh.
Just gonna spray it with Lysol when we're done. 99.9% of the germs.
that's a horrible thought.
Fruit roll up.
You don't want to implant that in people's brains. I mean, you're just propagating ickiness across
Just dump
the
some
world.
bleach on it and call it a day.
Yikes!
You went with a Clorox wipe? Bleach isn't going to hurt you any worse.
Get down the pee hole.
Yeah, but that's where you need it the most.
It's so bad.
Smooching the ween.
Can we talk about people being mean to other people?
Yeah,
That's not
Talk
right.
about whatever you want.
like these guys doing right now to me and trying to coast me
Oh
into
my
some,
God! Will you just knock it off with this constant?
Coast me into some-
Whoa.
to coast me into some evil.
You need to go into your wood shop, Eloy, and
Well, who
find
wants
two
to kiss a
pieces.
bunny?
You need to go find yourself 2 little pieces of wood and turn them into a cross, but you can nail yourself to it. You martyr!
I'm
Look
sorry.
at how they torture me.
I'm sorry for not being the only one on this podcast that doesn't defend their frickin' territory and persona. It's not like I'm the only one.
Who's
Everybody here
attacking?
defend.
Wait, who's attacking your persona and your
Bales.
What? I don't know what you said.
Bales just told us or told me
Coaxed you into a joke.
But think about it. He said that he pockets out or pockets in, you have no escape. How more
Pockets
evil?
up or pockets down.
What?
The pockets are going to be
See?
ears. It's just depends on what animal it is.
You see? So, whatever.
It was a good joke. Come on.
It was
Whatever.
He didn't screenshot your Instagram and blast you in public. So
Whoa.
What?
I hope I don't blast me. Don't blast me anywhere.
That is awful. Why would you do that?
people do that, and it's terrible.
I'm going to do it
is.
for Rory
And
right
that
now.
actually, just thinking about that makes me mad. So I don't know if I want to talk about that.
Do what? What are you talking about? You said let's talk about. You said something before.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, let's go there because obviously I can't talk to Bales right now. I am so angry. I am so upset.
I like it when you're angry. The makeup sex is worth
See,
it.
you can't even win. You can't even be angry. You can't. There's no escaping. There's no escape. Shit.
But it was just a joke, though.
No, it was horrible.
Aw.
Thank you. See, guys, why can't you?
Come on, Sarah.
What? What am I supposed to be talking about? Oh, the situation of somebody being an a-hole.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So somebody that was on my friends list decided to take a screenshot of a person and totally put them on blast on their profile. And it had to do with something that you guys talked about on last week's episode about Instagram model type people and women and all of their assets and whatever. Oops. And he basically said that it was bullshit and that people shouldn't be, it's shitty that they're getting so much attention, whatever. And that they were a fake maker and all this stuff. So a little research, I decided to look up who this person was, and they were not fake. They were very real. They just happened to want to look decent in their Instagram accounts and pictures. So it's pretty shitty. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, I see. So they someone that's just that's actually quite, kempt and just really nice looking and professional.
Yeah.
And they've been basically labeled that.
Yeah.
Other thing. Yeah.
Pretty much. So it's basically saying that if you don't look like a dumpster fire, then you're a piece of shit and you don't know anything and you're fake.
That means Eloy's a genius.
Hey, you know what, Bales? I'll tell you something. I have always been one, ever since I was little, that the inside counts more than the outside. So much so that I'm a dumpster fire.
I don't know, Sarah. I see both sides of that coin because on one side, I wonder, like, who are the people? Like, you see these pictures like that, and you look at the amount of likes, and you're like, who are the people that are like tripping over themselves to hit the like button on this? That's the first thing I think of.
Yeah.
I
agree with that.
And if you're an advertiser, I get that. It'd be like, what do people like? Boobs. All right, let's run that. Like, you know what I mean?
That's exactly
it's
well, to be totally fair, like coming from my angle, being a female, like I'm gonna totally be like, oh, hey, that guy is very pretty and he's making something. I'm gonna look at that, maybe check out the rest of your Instagram, and not look at Billy Bob beer belly over here that looks like a whatever. And even though his stuff may be fantastic, but if he's doing the weird old man guy photo of like 75 pictures of his up his nose, then I'm probably not going to be like totally interested in that.
Okay,
but if people are attracted to looking at nice things, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a physically attractive thing, whether it is a piece of furniture or human, you're going to want to look at something that looks nice versus the trash can.
Let me say that. Okay, I totally see that, and it sounds completely like reasonable. I just say this, that in the big scheme of things, it appears at least that most people, the standard sort of timeline thing that they focus on and that attracts them to look and engage themselves in that content, whatever that might be, is obviously very clean, very attractive, plus all the other things like whatever they're building or making or art that they're involved in. But there's subcategories that are just as important. Throughout history, I think that most people they go for the clean cut and this and that, but there's this darker avenue in every direction. The psychedelic, the strange, yes, the gumbo eating, rednecks out in the woods, but they are attached to guns, and it's not their look that's important, but it's their, the weaponry, maybe what they're hunting, maybe there's branch offs in every direction, but the main thrust that people dig is completely, in my opinion, it's the shallowness first. And those things are superficial. You can have the prettiest lady and that'll grab everybody's attention. My attention, and I'm guilty too, but it's just surface shallow stuff. What counts, in my opinion, is the inside. It's the core of the thing or the project that's being made and so on. But most people, you're never going to win if you're especially nowadays, if you're some freaking ugly dude. That's not necessarily 100% true, but you're not going to win as compared to being beautiful, being, sexy poses and all that, because that's the sort of hook that draws people in. It sucks, but it's reality.
I mean,
I think it sucks, personally.
until people stop doing that as a society, until as a society, we stop finding pleasure in things that are visually pleasing, that's not going to end. And I think it's really shitty, and I'm going to say this from my point of view, is that for somebody who feels good to look good and who maybe happens to be attractive or not a dumpster fire, it's really, I was going to say it. I'm sorry. It's really hard to even put yourself out there because you're all of a sudden screenshotted on your Instagram and thrown under the bus because you don't look like a piece of shit.
Yeah, but these people that, so they go into that and they're going to be wrongly labeled by a lot of people if they don't dig further, because most people don't, all they're up about is like looking at the beauty in the pictures. And I'm going to be, I see on Instagram, and yes, I look, even if they're in the maker thing, I'm like, wow, what an attract, because they do that purposefully. But people in general aren't going to go past that and look into the other thing. It's all it's all superficial stuff. And those people that Doc was saying, because, who are these people that follow them? These people, honestly, they may not be empty shells, but all they're selling or pushing is, hey, look how frickin' slamming hot I am, like my Instagram and blah, blah, blah. But there's nothing of artistic substance beyond a hot, face, body, or whatever. And frankly, yes, we're all caught up. You said it yourself, but that's not enough. In my opinion, that's not enough.
I think you're partially wrong.
Okay.
I think you're wrong. And it's totally fine to have different opinions. Mm-hmm. That's what makes the world wonderful.
Yeah.
But for this example of this person that was put on blast, you look at the rest of this person's Instagram. It was a girl. You look at the rest of this person's Instagram, and they were dirty and working and doing videos of showing how to do stuff. And like, you look at their website, and it's all of the stuff that they built. And like, you just dig a little bit further, and it's like, so.
So where am I wrong? Where am I wrong? I agree with that.
You just said that their Instagram is just that. Look at me, I'm just this pretty hot thing that doesn't know how to do anything. That the tool,
No, I said
it's not.
No. I said that this person, this lady that was attractive in this one photo. People are watching all these model empty, Instagram photos, and she's up on that rank, I guess, something to that effect, in that one photo. And people in general, the overwhelming arc of people, do not go past pretty, sexy, ooga ooga, and they don't dig deeper, because to them it's just that surface. It's only the fringes.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
So I'm totally I totally am in line with what you're saying. I'm just saying that for that moment, people don't go past pretty. Most people, it's just, they don't. You could be a horrible freaking tyrant of a human being, and if you're pretty, people are like, "Oh, isn't she sweet?" It's so full of everything is bullshit. Because this is my truth. My truth is, what freaking counts is the sentiment and feelings inside the person's internal compass. These things are what, honestly, that's what freaking counts. Now, that might not be the case for most people. I don't think. I don't know, but I don't. I find it vain, shallow. I could give a crap, about those models, other than I do look at them. I'm not gonna lie, but I could give a crap further than that. I don't. There's nothing.
And you're also teetering on that line of like what Rory was saying, of how gatekeepers are the shittiest people ever. That's almost like gatekeeping. It's saying you're not allowed to be you're not a maker because you're attractive and you want to look nice. So I'm going to bash you and be a bully. Like, that's not cool. If you don't like it, you don't agree with somebody being attractive on their Instagram or their Twitter or whatever, don't follow them.
Oh, I agree.
And I'm not saying in any sense of the word that brands who specifically hire somebody who is attractive is necessarily right, morally right. I'm not agreeing with that in any sense of the term, but I am just talking about normal human beings that happen to do shit on the internet, and they're getting bashed. If you don't like it, don't follow them. But don't like, don't be a bully and don't be a gatekeeper. Just
I agree. I agree with you with that. But I'll give you an example of sort of like a little side example. In the music world, it's the same thing. Most people love the believe it or not, the whole pop thing, the beautiful. You see the exaggeration, this and that. But musicians and a contingency of the music world is into the dirty, filthy rock and roll, and they're not looking at the externalities. Most people come through that highway with all, the boy bands and the Menudo and the this, and Menudo's a bad example, but we mentioned it last week or something. Huh?
Isn't that soup?
Well, there is a soup called Menudo, but there was also a band in the 1980s which Rory used to totally dig. And but my point is that how about all the people that have substance are not? It's not fair to say that pretty and lack of substance equals each other, and it's not fair to say that ugly or grungy or dirty is useless. But the mainstream of people, the majority, want that pretty, and then the shallowness they can live with. But there's the counterculture, the punk rock, referencing music, all that. They don't look at that stuff like that. They look at the inside, and that's what I'm about.
I get it. And in the line of work I am as a graphic designer and illustrator, I'm supposed to have this like weird certain look, and I don't fall into that. I do kind of with my colored hair, but I mean, I don't fall into that bubble.
Can I ask what the look is?
It's this weird, clean, like almost hipstery, but not. Like, I don't know how to define it. It's that like they think like if you're a creative
look.
Yeah, like if they think if you're a creative person or a graphic designer or anything like that, like you're supposed to have all the tattoos on you and the piercings, and you're supposed to be. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just me,
I hear you.
But then again, I don't care. So.
And that's the most important thing, because you start holding yourself, or in my case, myself, hostage with those like failing to meet an expectation, and then you just every little bit you stop doing, they get like a little bit more power over you, and you can't do that. It's just screw it. You got to do what you want to do, how you want to do it. Totally.
Yep.
I agree.
That's how I got where I'm at now. Like I started, it was like I think 3 or 4 years ago. I asked a friend, I was like, I have no idea. I wanted to start drawing like heavy, and I wanted to eventually own my own business and do this for a living. And I asked my friend, I was like, what do I draw? And he's like, whatever you want. I said, okay. And here I am now, 4 years later, drawing potatoes and piss pants, working for, epic people out in LA, owning my own business. So like that was the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not letting somebody to say, well, you have to make crafty things. You have to make men. No, I will do what I want. People will find me, and the people found me, and it worked out.
Right on.
And it's the last thing I'm going to say about the whole like substance. What did Eloy say? Like beauty does not equal substance, or whatever that equation was. Like from my personal standpoint, you can count on my Instagram. There's maybe 3 pictures of my face on there. When I started doing this, I did not want to be known for my face, my personal like appearance, my look, or anything like that, because I wanted to be known for my art. But it's also really hard and intimidating to put myself out there because of people like said person before who are bullies and who are terrible. Like, I know I'm not an ugly person. Like, I know I'm not a dumpster fire. Well, today I am, but whatever. Like, so you got to think of like both sides. Don't be, if you don't like it, if the internet's huge, go somewhere else. Don't be a bully. Saying it, that's coming from somebody who's living that, and it sucks. And I'm trying so hard not to say the F word.
a lot of people, I also look at it like this. A lot of people grew up, so it can go in many directions. If everybody gets, let's say, picked on at school or mistreated, and these impressions affect kids as they're growing up, and it's an awkward time as kids grow up. But these kids, I'm saying, imagine this with people commenting on the internet, worldwide. There's people that then become bitter and want to inflict like pain on others And there's also a group of those type of people that say, well, it happened to me. I don't want it to do that to others. And it just branches out into, so it's about being mean or being kind and trying to tip the scale, in my opinion, towards kind. But my opinion, in the greater scheme of things, would only count to people that agree with it, because those people that are nasty are going to continue to be nasty because they can't see that alternate, pathway, because that's what they're living until something happens to them or they have an aha moment. And it's human beings are very complicated and difficult. And I think it'll be continuous, that you'll have this sort of empty shell beauty personas that most people go towards. I think that's going to continue. And I think that the sort of like side edges and alternate trails of existence, like, the grungy people and artists that are not quite, I mean, look at frickin' what's this guy's name? Andy Warhol. He wasn't no beauty, but he was fantastic. The substance. And I think it's going to continue, but I agree with what you're saying.
I don't particularly like Andy Warhol stuff. That's my opinion.
Me neither, but it's a good example in that, he's not a looker.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate that people feel that they can do this, and especially in the maker community, like, it pisses me off, like, that gatekeeping and that, like, total disrespect for other people.
The way it goes down in my head is anybody who thinks they actually keep the gate on something like that just proves that they don't get it. So you have to take their opinion with a bunch of grains of salt, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's all you can do with that. If someone's trying to exclude somebody from doing something that they want to do, like a girl showing her ass on Instagram, like, it's hard for anybody else to objectify her after she's already objectified herself.
Yeah.
She made the decision to post that, so you pay the quarter, take the ride.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
And incidentally, it's totally human to see something beautiful, someone beautiful, and be like, wow, that's beautiful. That's totally human, but it's not the end. It depends on the person, but I would suggest strongly, give it a thought, maybe not, but that's not the end of the road there, buddy. There's more to it than that, and it may sound cheesy and this and that, but it's true. Who wants a beautiful frickin' just catastrophe of a human being that's nasty and vicious? You don't want that. You want the soul to be a good soul. An understanding soul, a kind soul, a loving soul. Yes, you want that. You don't want the other thing.
You don't want a succubus.
You don't want a succubus. No.
Eloy,
I do.
Bales, I like you. I like you.
So, speaking of succubus in the video game, it's World of Warcraft. There's a character that you can summon a succubus. And it's really awkward because the first time I played it, and all of a sudden there's this like half-naked demon whatever standing beside me, and I wasn't paying attention, and she like moans, like a very sexy moan, and I was like, what is that noise? And it just kept doing it, and I was like, oh, it's that thing. And then she has like a whip, and she like snaps the whip, and she's like, ah. Anyway, it's weird.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's the only reason I know how to succubus.
5:30 again.
That conversation took a weird turn.
Do you play that video game that Rory's going to start making all the props from?
Don't go there, Bale.
Wait, I don't know what game that is. No, tell me. Tell me.
Don't do it.
Tell me what it is.
He's got to get them views. He's got to change up the strategy.
Yeah, I was looking at Fortnite. I don't even play it. Yeah, I don't even play it. And I was looking at their axe and handpick thing. I was like, I can make some of these.
You do, man.
For Rory, for Rory,
can't you do classic video game weapons?
No, dude.
There's
for
a
Rory,
bunch of old games like Bales.
Dude, for Rory, I would you on camera. You walk into the freaking shop, you pull out a freaking hammer, and you say, "This is Rory May." bam, you smash something, you say.
I like how whenever Eloy explains what somebody else to do, it's always so aggressive. It's so aggro. It's like Eloy's videos are so laid back and like, hey man, this is what we're doing down here in Miami.
No, because it's
really cool and it's really nice. But it's like, yo, I'm Bales. Pee on it and light it on fire. Yeah, and then I'm gonna flip over your table and set stuff on fire. Yeah, smash shit.
Motivational drunk uncle at Thanksgiving.
No, I could totally see many directions with I guess that's true, Doc, but I am laid back, but I could see walks into the shop, smashes the hammer, he looks up, Dirty Smith, and then the freaking logo pops out, and we're gonna build something right now.
And I lost all my viewers.
Well, see, but see, you don't have to do that.
Crap, and it would be like starting at 100%. Then boom.
No, you don't have to do that. But
YouTube would notify me, and they would say, "This video sucks. You're breaking the internet. Please quit."
But barring the fact that you don't have to do that, but do you think that there's not people out there that would love that if you were over the top, like slam, let's go, and it doesn't have to be that, but little moments of
laughed at hysterically.
Those dramatic things like that are just every time I see a video that somebody's like that, I'm like, I just kind of cringe a little. I'm like, ooh.
So then what else?
I don't make YouTube videos, so I don't know.
I didn't say it was a brilliant idea. I just said it's something that my impression that Rory busts open the doors and the light and the fog is coming through and he walks up and he says, "All right, mother truckers," and then it starts. That's that. I don't know.
I'm Boba Fett.
And
I'm coming here to murder you.
And Bales drumming in the background. You know?
Oh my gosh, we could totally recreate the Motley Crue story with Scratched for the perfect commercial.
What?
We all come together at once and form a band to do the perfect commercial.
Oh, I'm down with that. See? Look, man, I appreciate taking risks, and that whole thing about being laughed at and this and that. Yeah, who cares? I don't. Well, not who cares. I don't give a crap. I like to do what I like to do, and yes, I have gone and done things for the sake of seeing if they work. I try that a lot, but I don't give a crap to try different freaking things. It doesn't faze me when I know there's going to be people that hate all the time, and vice versa. It's always going to be there. Screw it.
Eloy, when you run for president, are they gonna bring up the Mad Maker show and have you explain what you said?
Because of the Mad Maker show, we will never run for office. Oh, no, not Mad Maker show. I'm sorry. Did I say Mad Maker show? I meant Scratched. Because of Scratched, we'll never be invited to be members of the clergy or run for office.
Ew, we don't want to be in the clergy.
Ugh.
I thought we were on the dark internet.
Oh, no. We're excluded for so many things just because of Bales. It's not even funny.
Why? I think he would invite more things, not exclude.
No, it's his rock and roll lifestyle. That's the problem.
I like how you got super secret. You're like, it's his rock and roll lifestyle. Like, what is he doing that's so terrible? If you listen to the podcast for the 4 to 5 listeners out there,
Chris in Maine, thank you,
and that gentleman in Maine.
Shout out to Chris in Maine.
Hey, Chris in Maine. Thank you for listening.
Hi, Chris in Maine.
Share
podcast,
this.
Lives Matter.
Who's Chris in Maine's friend?
He's my friend.
It's Rory.
Let him know to propagate the podcast to as many people up in Maine as humanly possible.
The 7 people that are up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put in that Uncle Chuck's magazine for dickering.
No, it's
Uncle Buck's, Uncle Henry,
Uncle
Harry's.
Henry, Uncle Henry's, right?
Do some dickering.
You got
Dickering?
Uncle Henry's.
What exactly is? Never mind.
Haggling.
Yeah, it's like
bartering.
Dickering. I've never heard it called. Is that a northern term?
I don't know. There was
Maine.
They had like a TV show, a quote unquote reality show about it for a while. It was somewhat entertaining.
It's called Dickering.
I wonder if Chris was in it.
Yeah.
What was this called? I missed.
It was called Down East Dickering.
Yeah.
What? It was on the History Channel.
The problem with that Uncle Henry's book, right, is that it's the entire state of Maine.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, like you have a classified section. It's like, oh, sweet, there's wheels for this truck I have.
Oh my God, you're serious?
I am serious. Like Dan Harju could be in the next cast.
These guys
that guy
are
looks tough. Like,
Yep.
He probably cooks a leather jacket for breakfast.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been rode hard and put away wet. Like,
whoa.
Yowza.
Wow.
That's very graphic.
He's crispy looking.
Wow.
No offense.
Yeah, let's just put him up on your Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I know. No, I'm like curious about the show. Hey, I'm the kind of person that watches all those, like the Alaska frontier shows and all the fishing shows, and
oh yeah,
I watch all those. So those guys are worn.
Uncle Henry's.
When I used to bartend, I worked with a woman who was like, I think she was like 32, and I asked her how old she was because I didn't know, and she said that, and I was like, whoa. And in my head, I was like, wow, you look like you're about 57.
Oh, wow.
She'd been bartending a really long time.
Dang.
Well, you get out in the sunlight.
It's in a smoky environment. Yeah, no vitamin D.
The sunlight. You need some vitamin D, honey.
Oh, no. She went in the tanning bed all the time. So she looked like a leather handbag that was just walking around talking.
Those are always nice. That's attractive.
Yeah, and working where I had worked, it was a smoking bar. So, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. That still messed me up. Having worked there forever. Because you think about it, like, if you're a smoker and you got, like, the cough or whatever, that smoker thing. But if you're around, 200 people all night long that are smoking 7 nights a week, I've probably aged my lungs by 30 years.
Yeah, I worked in a casino, and there was, when you walk in nighttime, and during the night show, you walk in, and there's a cloud of smoke on the upper ceiling and like drifting just slightly above your head throughout the whole floor.
The upper ceiling?
As opposed to the lower ceiling.
Well, whatever, guys. I mean, come on. Give me a freaking break already. I mean, for goodness sakes, what do you want? I'm trying to tell a story, and you're cutting into every syllable and breaking up my freaking sentences.
The anti-ceiling? I like that.
Whatever. I was going to tell a good story that with action, and I'm just not going to go there anymore. Thank you, frickin' Bales.
I saved everyone a half hour. You're welcome.
Yeah, well, what do you expect from a frickin' talk show? What do you want? No talking on a talk show? Damn. All right, everybody, for the next half hour, we're going to sit silently on this podcast.
No. So I used to blow fire when I bartended. That was fun. I would set the bar on fire and then pick it up and shoot flames.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was one of the... That?
Sounds like a liability issue.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to do it. I had to sneak do it.
Oh, okay.
But I was one of the cocktail kind of people, like from the movie. I did bartending competitions and stuff.
That's freaking awesome.
That's cool.
I don't remember how I figured out I could do it. I think I just tried it one day because I was an idiot when I was younger. And I did a lot of really, really dangerous things. I actually lost my eyebrows once in a different fire-related accident, so that should have warned me against doing that. But
did you have to get a license to bartend, or you just got into it? Oh, okay.
No, you have to have a license. Like if you serve alcohol, well, at least in Tennessee, you have to have a license.
What if you're the assistant to the bartender?
You still have to have a license to mix drinks and serve them. You have to have your alcohol license thing, your ABC license.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Is it expensive?
Oh, no, I think it's like $100. So usually the restaurant or usually wherever you work will pay for it most of the time. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
You pay that yearly?
Yeah. We're losing Doc over there.
I'm good.
Eloy, you going to start your own bar?
No, I'm not.
I want to.
Yeah.
I have, if shit ever decides to go south with what I'm doing, if all of a sudden my hand is mangled in a combine accident or something, and I can't draw anymore, I'm gonna start a bar.
Dangles.
I don't like the idea of being in charge of a bar or running a bar and people leaving drunk. You can cut them off, and possibly the results of that. Sure, it's their prerogative, but I don't like or hitting someone that's innocent. I don't like the whole idea. Personally, I don't see nothing wrong with it in general. Just for me, that I thought would always be in the back of my head.
You don't have to have a biker bar. You could have a nice high-end clean bar.
Yeah, you don't have to have a dive.
No, I would want to dive if that were the case.
What if you only did deliveries? You were a delivering bartender.
I would definitely do it.
Like
deliver
a food
the
truck.
alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
You get a little app, and they're like, "Yo, we'll take some beers and a shot," and then you
wish
drive.
somebody would
drive
do
your
that.
truck over there. You bring the 2 beers. You give them a little Eloy luge shot off your man boobs and your gut, and then you jump in your truck and leave.
Does it filters through the hair?
Oh yeah,
It filters the particles out. It's
the
extra
Cubans.
filtered.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, would you like that with or without hair?
What is it? Is that the music for the truck?
He's coming! He's coming! Get ready!
All the drunks run out in their yard. Yeah.
That $5. Where's my $5?
I think that's a good idea in a strange way. I think that's a good idea. People get to stay where they're at. They get to get lit up, and nobody has to drive home.
They do it on Amazon in big cities. Like, whenever I go out to LA, you can get, like, anything from your house. It's wonderful. Like, I was like, I really want food, and I need an Uber later, and some alcohol, and all from my phone. It's fantastic.
Freaking awesome. I love that. I love freaking internet. It's just the best thing ever.
Or you go down to New Orleans, and you can go to the drive-through liquor stores.
Don't they have, like, where you can actually get, like, a mixed drink in a cup?
Yep.
That's so messed up.
They just can't. They can hand it to you. What's the deal?
It's taped down. I know that they do that, and then you can't.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
I thought they were gonna like shoot it in your mouth while you're in the car.
Just drive by, roll down the window. It's just a fire hose, just sprays on your window.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of hoses sticking out of the side, and someone's in there with a bunch of funnels, like a Dr. Seuss machine.
Seussing it up.
Yeah.
All these hairs on the end of it.
It's the boozicle.
The boozicle.
Wow, the bouzikis taste like bouziki.
So in Nashville, they have these things called woo carts. Woo! I don't know if they have any.
Like Ric Flair? Woo!
Yeah. Okay. So around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, if you're in downtown Nashville, all of a sudden you'll start hearing it. And you'll hear just like a bunch of just random female like screeching. Like you'll just hear just woo all the time. And what it is these little carts that you have to pedal, and they're drunk carts. And so you're drunk on it and you're pedaling, and they just start yelling, and they're everywhere in Nashville. And they're the worst things ever, because then you have these drunken idiots on these little pedal carts yelling.
Wait, the drunks are driving it or just riding?
They're not. I don't think they're driving it. I think somebody is driving it, but they're on it.
So like modern day booze rickshaws.
Yes. And it sucks because it's like I don't want to have to pedal to get my alcohol. I want the alcohol just brought to me. I don't want to work for it.
Burns calories.
No. I don't want to. I don't want to be put on display on a cart. Have to pedal to get my beer.
What's that stupid reality show? It's a game obstacle course.
Double Dare?
No, it's still running.
Oh, it's where they like jacked up and they fall and things.
American Ninja Warrior.
Not as healthy people. These are like normal chubby fat people.
Oh, it's just the overdubbed one
where they have like
Wipeout.
Wipeout. That's what it is. I was thinking of that
eliminated
mixed with like every checkpoint is like they got shooters.
Oh, jeez.
It's already hard enough.
I would die if I did that. I would just right as I walk up the first thing, I'd just jump into the water and be like, I'm out.
Yeah, I would totally fail.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work for anything. Just leave me alone.
Like, how did Rory drown in 18 inches of water?
Scratch.